Hey there, happy Sunday afternoon, happy Mother's Day, everybody. Today's May the 11th, 2025, and we are on number 185 as far as Facebook Lives. Hard to believe, oh my goodness. My name is Dawn Bourget, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love to share my obsession of inks, paper, stamps, and all the pretty things with all of you. As you jump on to Facebook Live, go ahead and say hello and let me know where you're viewing from. I'm going to get a sip of water here. I think after about 4.5 weeks, maybe even a little bit longer, I'm finally over whatever cold thing I had with the cough and all that. So I think we're good, but just in case. Anyway, I'm glad that you guys are here today. Last week I committed to doing fun folds, and that is exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to feature one fun fold a week until I run out of ideas. So I am now committed to do. And the funny thing is, not that I don't like fun folds. Usually I'm just into just quick, simple, easy cards. But I'm going to try to do quick, simple, easy, but also combine a fun fold in it. So we'll have one card today that does a fun fold. And then I have a couple of others depending on time. I debated whether I should do that today or if I should do an unboxing today, because I did receive goodies on Thursday. Hey, Kristen, happy Sunday afternoon. I received a box, actually 2 boxes full of goodies. And I was going to do that today, but I thought, no, I already committed to the fun fold. So we'll go with that. Today we're going to feature something that just came out in the online exclusive. So I hope that you guys like it. It's a good time of the year for this particular set. And you'll see what I mean in a couple minutes. But I know I ramble on and on and on and on and on. I know, a fun fold. Oh my gosh, don't fall out of your chair. It's an easy one. You're going to laugh because you'll be like, oh, that is so Dawn. Because, yeah, that's her. Anyway, I got some ideas up my sleeve. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know. But I have now held myself accountable for it. So, 1 week, one fun fold every week. Oh, my goodness sakes. I am actually, I'm doing both. So I have some easy cards along with an easy fun fold card. All right. So if you're not a part of my newsletter, you're going to want to be. Go ahead and open up the camera on your smartphone, point it towards this QR code. It'll display a link right on your screen. Tap on it with your finger and it'll go directly over where you need to sign up. It takes maybe a minute. It just asks for your name and your email address, and then you're in. It's that easy. So with that being said, you'll find anything that has to do with the chalet here, local classes, local events, things that Stampin' Up! Is doing, things that I'm offering as far as specials and bonuses and all that fun stuff. So make sure that you sign up for my newsletter, both products and cards. I was thinking about that, Kristen, but then you guys would be here for about 2.5 hours. And I wasn't sure if everybody would be into that or not. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll do it tonight, because if we're doing dinner early-ish, right? Maybe I could commit tonight to like 8 o'clock tonight, and we can do an unboxing of some stuff. That will help break it up, give everybody time if they're spending time with their mom for Mother's Day, and then tonight. So I'll post something on that. I just can't forget to do that now. I have to put that a little mental note in my head, but I was kind of thinking about it depending on dinner tonight. So we're good. I think that's what we'll do. That'll be fun. All right. Also, just a reminder here of my online store. So everything that you see, you can purchase in my online store. And there are no host codes anymore, which I'm very grateful for, because those little buggers with all those numbers and letters and jumble bumbles, it was just a kind of a nuisance. And it was hard for people to figure out what host code ended and all of that stuff. Yeah, double Dawn. That could be good or bad. So we'll plan on 8 o'clock tonight to do a little unboxing. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Give us something else to do, right? Keeps me out of trouble that way. So anyway, if you have anything that you like to shop for, make sure to go to my online store. Speaking of shopping, yesterday I had my in-person BOGO event. What a BOGO event is all the retired product that I have from Stampin' Up! Is in one big sale. And we filled the entire township hall with stuff. And in 3 hours, we sold over $2,000 of stuff. So I want to thank you guys who did attend my BOGO event. It was a lot of fun. And it's always like a kind of a family reunion because there's some people that I only see at the BOGO event. There's some people that travel from out of town for the event. So I am very thankful to all of you. Thank you so much. I think this ranks up there with one of the most successful BOGO events that I've had thus far. So it's always good to see products that, because I do this as a business, I don't get as attached to all my stuff. So I just go ahead and out with the old, in with the new. It's the way you just got to do it unless you want to be on Hoarders or something, which I'm close to, but you know, I'm trying not to be. But I love the stuff. I do. It's an obsession for me. This is what keeps me away from the crazy. Really, this is my medicine, so to speak, right? I know there's certain things that we're not supposed to say. Anyway, with that being said, also, as you shop at my online store, if you have a $75 minimum order before shipping and tax, you're going to receive this as a gift. So I've teamed up with 15 other demonstrators, and on a monthly basis, we pick a different bundle or collection, and we feature it for an entire month. There is 16 tutorials total in this video class. They include a color photo, all the measurements, and a video for each project. It's really cool, you guys. We have a bunch of very talented demonstrators, and as you can see, these are little samplings or teasers of all 16 projects. So, and of course, right now, Stampin' Up! Is also offering a starter kit special or a joining with us, joining my team, offering a little special. And they're sweetening the deal right now, giving you even more product that you can choose from. So if you do purchase the starter kit with me, you will also get this. And I actually double checked with policy and education at Stampin' Up! To make sure that this was okay to do. So if there is another demonstrator on here and they're wondering, is she doing it legally? Yes, I am. And I hate to have to say that, but just in case. I did check this last week and it is a go. I'm able to offer this as like a little perk for you joining my team right here. So, and not only that, the other perk is, of course, you're saving a lot of money. You're going to get $165 of product of your choice for $99. You're also going to get a free paper pumpkin kit, free shipping, which is right around $18 savings. The paper pumpkin kit is a savings of about $25. And then you're also getting, of course, some business supplies in case you'd like to share it with your friends. But if you don't want to, that's not something that you need to do or you have to do or a requirement. Just join because you're a savvy shopper and you enjoy the discount. Like, that's what it's all about, right? Enjoying your hobby and being able to save a little bit as well. And right after you do purchase the kit, you're able to enjoy that discount for as long as you'd like. Providing that you meet a couple of requirements, but other than that, you're good to go. You're good to go. And you'll be a part of a really fun group of ladies. We are a bunch of fun. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that to you. As far as other places that you can find me on Facebook, of course, if you found me here on purpose, I'm glad that you're here. If you found me on accident, I'm glad that you're here as well. You are on my Facebook business page. I also have a community on Facebook, which is Dawn's Creative Chalet Community. Go ahead and join over there as well, if you'd like. I have my YouTube channel, which we load these Facebook Lives over to YouTube, because now Facebook is zapping things after 30 days or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, go ahead and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the bell. It'll turn black. That'll give you notifications as far as anything that I load to YouTube, all that fun stuff. And, you know, I just happen to think, I want to make sure that I'm in the right spot. That kind of helps. Oh, I am. Good. That's a good thing. Usually I don't rattle on this long and then figure out, oh, gee, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Because earlier I did almost connect to my personal page, which would have been kind of funny, but, you know, we might get a new paper crafter here or there. You never know. Also, as far as events that are coming up here locally, we just had our BOGO event yesterday. So for those who attended, just make sure to call me by Wednesday night at 8 p.m. with your order with me. Okay? Because it's a BOGO. Let's see. What else? We have the product inclusive class for May coming up on May the 22nd. I'm having to, at this point, no RSVPs, because I need to order the product and get it here. So as far as coming into June, isn't this crazy? We're talking about June. Like, that's halfway through the year already. Holy moly. Anyway, Starbucks Sip and Stamp in June will be on Friday, June the 6th. Noon to 2 is just a couple of hours where you can sit down and make a free craft. And yes, it is really seriously free. I had 2 people ask me this last Friday as they were sitting down. So it's free? I'm like, yeah, as free can get. So it's just a time to be able to come, sit down, relax, enjoy a beverage or not, and make a free craft. Bring your friends or make some new ones along the way. It's a lot of fun. And then also into June on the 12th, we have creative card class where we make 4 cards with envelopes. And that is free with a $30 minimum purchase. And then as we get into the end of June, we have the product inclusive class, which is going to be all about the beautiful gallery. In fact, I could start showing the catalog now. That's right. That's awesome. Anyway, this is really, it's beautiful. If you guys haven't seen it, it's the perfect name for it. Beautiful gallery. It's very elegant and gorgeous colors. And we're actually going to work with a little bit of the designer series paper today from this. The cost on that class will be $42. You'll receive a $5 coupon, and you'll need to RSVP 2 weeks prior. So you need to let me know by June 12th if you'll be here for the June 25th product inclusive class. And then those products that you get, which is designer series paper, embellishment, and ribbon, you get to take what I don't need to cut with home with you. So you get a lot of product to take home and duplicate your cards. Have a lot of fun. And then into July, Starbucks Sip and Stamp, just a mention. I know we're talking July. That's crazy. But it will be moved back a week, or a week later. I should say it that way. Because of the holiday falls in there, 4th of July. So I've always promised Starbucks I would not get in their way. So it'll be Friday, July the 11th, if you just want to scribble it down on your calendar. As far as some other things I wanted to share with you guys, as far as like new products, let's talk about cloud cover, because I've had some questions about this, and I had some yesterday at my BOGO event. So I'm going to tease you, but demonstrators could order the cloud cover ink pad. However, it's on it's for demonstrators only. It is a final purchase. Because what has happened with this is there's chemical reactions that happen sometimes when you make inks and certain colors of inks. And then when you put those colors of inks into the pad that you're using to make the ink. So with this foam felt pad that we have here, apparently is not playing nice with the chemicals that make the color of cloud cover. So with that being said, they decided they had already had a bunch of these made, but the expectations that Stampin' Up! Has, I should say. Is that how I want to say it? High expectations that they have with the quality of their products. This is not meeting their standards. Now, some pads, and I haven't tried mine yet, some pads are okay. Some pads are not. So that's where they were like buying it as is, and we're warning you kind of thing, but we're not going to sell it to customers. So sadly, this ink pad will not be available to customers. However, there's different ways to get cloud cover onto your projects. Because honestly, this is one of the colors I didn't think I was going to go gaga over. And already cloud cover and Secret Sea are favorites of mine. So here's a couple of things that you can do since you're not able to get the cloud cover ink pad. First of all, we have the set of 5 Stampin' Write markers in the new ink colors. So just like the old days, remember when you would take your marker and you would color your stamp and then you would moisten it with your breath, or I call it huff. I know a lot of people don't like that word, but huff on your stamp and then stamp it. You can do that. The other option is, and I bought a package of these, are the uninked Stampin' Spots. You do get 5 in a pack for $10. And I believe that this is available for everybody. So the cloud cover ink refill and then inking one of these. For some reason, it's working better with these. It's playing well, but it's just not with the larger pads. So if you're looking for a solution to cloud cover, this is the way to go, or getting the marker set. Just wanted to explain that a little bit. Sometimes visuals help. Also, Stampin' Rewards. If you haven't done so already, make sure to go to my online store, opt in for Stampin' Rewards. Set up an account. It's really quick. Just go to stampinup.com and you'll need your email and a password. Pick your preferred demonstrator, me, and then opt in, and then you're good to go. You're all set. So it is really that easy. Also, Paper Pumpkin. So this month, yesterday was the last day to get Mountain Majestics, I think it's called. Yeah. And so now we're on to June's kit. So sign up by the 10th of June to get this kit. And it is called Full of Charm. And then these are the dies that coordinate with all 3 months of Paper Pumpkin for April, May, and June. And you need to be a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin to get these. Just an FYI. That's a little perk for being a Paper Pumpkin customer. But anyway, for those of you who are getting this one, I can't wait. I'm excited to get this. It looks more like masculine cards, I believe. Yeah, it makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. Very cool. I'm excited. Everything excites me. Also, just to let you guys know, online exclusive. So May 6th, when the catalog went live, and you can get anything online that's in the catalog. And then we also have things that are online exclusives. These are things that you're never going to find in a catalog. And they're doing this more and more. Hey, Karen, happy Sunday crafternoon. I miss you. Purple hearts your way. So these are items that are only going to be found in the online store. They're never going to be in print in a catalog. And honestly, some of the products that are online are even better than the things that you're seeing in the catalog. The catalog is a little smaller. And there's a reason for that, because we can be more flexible with products. But anyway, with that being said, there are, I believe, 5 pages here of products that just were released. Today we're going to use this one right here, which is Sunrise Sailing. I keep wanting to call it Sunset Sailing. I don't know why, but I do. But anyway, there's a lot of fun things. So this is just proof that you really need to go to the online store, check it out, and see if there's some other things that you may love that you're missing out on completely if you're not checking those out. And it's every other month, I believe, because our last was March. So March, and then April, then May, and then July, September, December. I think is how it goes. So every other month we're getting new products online. It's really crazy good. So you don't want to miss out on that. And of course, just mentioning again, you guys probably already know we are carrying scrapbooking supplies, so make sure to check that out as well. And there's the last chance list, which I believe you can look at online as well. This has been out for a while, but they are updating this, I believe, every other month as well. So check things out. The things that are on this list, though, are while supplies last. Once they're gone, they're gone. We're not really getting notifications of that other than just checking it or having yourself check it to see if things are available yet or not. So no promises on those, but there are some things that are marked down in price. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you guys before we get started are the kits. The kits that were introduced for May. So every single month we have 2 new kits that are added to our kits collection. And we had 2 this month. This one is called, and I can never remember the names of these, Share a Smile kit. This is so cute. So they're the same, yet a little different, if that makes any sense, if you can tell by this. I'm going to show them to you, though. I put them together, and it also has this cute little box you can put both the note cards and the envelopes into as a gift if you wanted to. This would make a great gift for somebody, anybody. You know, everybody needs cards. I mean, text messages are nice, but getting a card in the mail is just on a whole nother level, you guys. If you don't know what a stamp looks like, shame on you. But anyway, here's the box. Super cute, super easy. It has the adhesive on it already. So basically, you just peel off the adhesive tops and assemble this cute box. You could put a bow on it, decorate the box if you wanted to, with any extra craft stuff you might have on hand. The envelopes are even cute. Look at those. So I just wanted to go through these and show you guys how cute they are. So this one has absolutely no stamping. It's just assembly. Everything was pre-printed and colored. It's just a matter, like I said, putting it together with quite a few dimensionals. Isn't that one pretty? I love it. They're so cheerful. That one. And that one. And this one here. I mean, who wouldn't like to get something like this in the mail? I believe this is the smallest, how should I say it, legal size that the post office will send. They're 3.5 by 5 inches. That one's really cute too. Oh, thanks for the hearts. Look at this one. Little cacti. So cute. But they're very colorful, very cute. And I believe this kit is $23. And like I said, you get the box, you get everything to make the cards. So, and if you love easy, or if you're traveling this summer, or if you have grandkids that will be with you this summer, something for them to do, these kits are awesome. I love them myself because it gives me the opportunity to create without having to think. Get this, you guys. I just thought of a cute pun, to think outside the box. Ha ha ha. I know. Bada boom, bada bing. Anyway, they're just a lot of fun, and everything's already set and ready to go for you. And sometimes I'm really lazy that way. Now, this kit does have stamping, and it makes 3 different designs, 3 cards of each. And this one is called Beautiful Blues. And this one is all about support and sympathy, which is something that I don't know why, but I always have a hard time making sympathy cards. I guess it's because of the reason of having to send the card, but when you need a sympathy card, you need it like right now, right? So I wanted to show you, I just put one of each of these together because I'm thinking, hint, 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 I may use this kit for a Starbucks gathering because it's so easy and it's beautiful and everybody could use a support or sympathy card now and then, right? So here's the first one. Isn't that pretty? They're gorgeous, just gorgeous. And here's the second one. And yes, they do come with a little embellishment as well there. And then here is the third one. Love it. And the envelopes are even gorgeous. So anyway, and actually, you know what? I lied. The other kit that I showed you was 14. The Share a Smile. This one's 23. So yeah, I mean, you can't beat the price on these. If you were to pay for everything individually to make all of this stuff, it would cost a lot more than that. And oh, by the way, something I didn't show you was with the stamping kits, you do get the ink spot of the color needed. And like I said, you get the embellishment. They also give you an extra of each thing that you're stamping on. So one extra of each in case you make a mistake, you have a spare. And then you have your cute little stamp set. And they also give you an acrylic block for your stamps. So yeah, they thought of everything basically. And I just love these and they just keep getting better and better and better. So when I get them, my rule of thumb now is to put one of each together immediately so I can show you guys as soon as I can on the next live. Alrighty, let's see. You guys ready to do some stamping? That was a lot of talking, wasn't it? I know, kind of boring. I'm sorry. But I don't want you to not know what's going on either. Okay, so today we are using this guy right here, Sunrise Sailing. It's a really cool set. And honestly, I kind of shrugged this one off. Demonstrators can pre-order products. And the first go, this is an online exclusive. It's not in a catalog. I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that's really nice. And I just overlooked it. The second time, I kept looking at it. I'm like, Dawn, you keep looking at it, just get it. So what's really cool about this set, it's a bundle. So it does have dies that come with it. And also an embossing folder when you purchase the bundle. The embossing folder is one of those hybrid embossing folders. Very cool. So as you guys can see, you can get some depth out of this. And you know what? I just realized I forgot some other cards that I was going to show you using this. Oh, well. It's all good. We're going to be making enough to get you going on some creative juice with this. But anyway, with start that over. With a hybrid embossing folder, say that 10 times fast, that means that it coordinates with the dies in some way to work along with it. So you have this larger sailboat, you have the sailboat right there, and it will fit, I don't remember which side I put this little guy on. Where? Okay, so you see it locks into place. And you can run this through and it will give dimension to your sailboat and cut it out at the same time, which is very cool. So I love hybrid embossing folders. At first they kind of intimidated me until I used it. And then I was like, wow, what was I so afraid of? Easy to use, very easy. So the dies are really cool. I love the cloud dies because you can use them outside of this set for a lot of other things. The other set that I'm thinking of is Boho Vibes. There's a rainbow in that set, and I'm thinking that these would be really cool with it. If you guys haven't seen the catalog, if you need a catalog, let me know, by the way, and I'll make sure to get one to you. Several sizes of the sailboats, and we have, of course, seagulls, and then this here to make your waves. Now, I haven't used these yet. I've used our two-tone 12 by 12 cardstock with the white core to make waves instead, but these, very cool to make depth on your card. So anyway, we're going to go ahead. Oh, and the other dies that I did use today, my handy dandy stylish shapes. And I'm going to say this again, for those of you who do not have this set of dies, you're missing out. Like, I think I use these on 95% of my cards. These get a real workout. But the stylish shapes are awesome. I'm using them all the time. Okay. Now, with that being said, anything that needed to be die cut, I stamped and die cut ahead of time so we could save a little bit of time. Because of the fact that I know I talk too much. I admit it. All right. Oh, and by the way, this is a photopolymer stamp set. Just so you guys know, you'll see as we use it. So here is our fun fold. I know, right? Again, don't fall out of your chair. So I want to show you the paper that we're using. This is the beautiful Gallery 6x6 Designer Series paper. It is gorgeous. And you get a lot of different patterns in this pack. The piece that we're using today is this one, both the front and the back. But as we get into the summer, I'll be showing you guys some really beautiful things made with this collection or suite of product. The other Designer Series paper that we're using today comes from Everyday Skies. It's also a 6x6 Designer Series paper pack. And it has these really cool, just like it says, sky designs. Now, I've had this paper pack now for, oh my gosh, I think since February. And after I got it, I looked at it and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. And it coordinates with a bundle called Everyday Arches, which the arches, the dies have been really, really popular. In fact, I think right now they're temporarily out of stock. So they're not orderable yet, but they're coming back. So if you're wanting those, don't panic. They'll be back by, I think, the end of this month. I'd have to check on that. But anyway, so I was looking at this paper and I was thinking, sunrise, sailboats, skies. So we're using this today. And yeah, I think that was the only one. Maybe there was another. We'll see. Okay. Anyway, I just want to let you know in case you're wondering where those are from. So let's go ahead and get started on our fun fold. I'll need to have a bone folder because I decided I would go ahead and just talk you guys through this easy peasy fun fold. But it is a fun fold nonetheless. All right, so I have a bunch of pieces here. And I have my cheat sheet right here in front of me. Okay, so this is a piece of crumb cake cardstock. It is 8.5 by 5.5. And then what I did is I scored it at 1 1/4, I believe. Where did my measurements go? Yep, 1 1/4 inches and 4 1/4 inches. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and fold or give a nice crisp edge with the bone folder on both scored lines is what I was trying to say. Okay, so basically this is your fun fold. This is it. I know. Woo woo. Thank you, Kristen. So with that being said, there's a couple of pieces of DSP that you're going to need. I love this paper. Isn't it gorgeous? Like, I can't get enough of it. I'm almost like I don't want to cut into it. It's so pretty. But you're going to need 2 pieces of Designer Series paper cut at 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and that's these two. And then you're going to need, this is actually the opposite side of the scenic side, and this, you'll need 2 of these pieces of DSP, cut it 1 by 5 1/2. Yes, I did leave them longer for the edges, just because I thought it was different, and why not, right? And then also you're going to need a piece of basic white is your liner inside the card. And this is cut at 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. All right. And then as far as inks go, I'm using Smoky Slate and Secret Sea. Yeah, I had to double check that. I'm really loving Secret Sea. That ink pad is almost like, it's almost dark enough to be black, kind of. And sometimes our Memento Black, I don't know, it doesn't play well sometimes. And so I was like, this might be my new black alternative, Secret Sea. Why not? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab my liquid glue, my multi-purpose liquid glue, or green glue as some of us call it, who've been around a long time. And no, it's not green, but you know, the label is to the bottle. That's what counts. And we're going to go ahead and put one of our DSP panels right there. And then I'm going to take the smaller strip, the 1 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to put it along this edge. Whoops. Actually, you know what? I lied. On this one, I did cut it 5 1/4. So 1 by 5 1/4. This one is 1 by 5 1/2. So I, oh my goodness. I had this ready about a week ago, like just after my live last week. So forgive me. I don't know, which one do you guys like better? Do you like it cut all the way to the edge? Or, I don't know. Either way, it depends on the look that you want, I guess. So I did cut them 1 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down just inside, whoops, like so. The nice thing about liquid glue is it does give you a couple seconds of leeway to wiggle room as far as moving your cardstock or your designer series paper a little bit to make sure it's where you want it. But it does dry fast even though it is a liquid glue. All right, there we are. And then I have this piece that I decided I want something right there too. So we're going to go ahead. And I believe this again is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. All right, there we are. So that's your basic fun fold. Woohoo! And then, you know what I did forget? I forgot my circle. How dare me? So one moment. I'm going to go ahead and, where did I just put my dies? I can't believe I forgot that. So I'm going to cut one with the largest circle. I'm not going to drag the die cut machine over though. But what I used is basic beige. You know, the funny thing is I looked at my packets. I was like, yeah, I'm good to go. I'm all set. So one moment as I cut. All right, there we are. Sorry about that. Okay, so I already stamped the sailboat in Secret Sea because I wanted to be able to die cut it ahead of time. And then we're going to use Smoky Slate. And we're going to do the inside of the sail. I guess you want to call it that. I don't know. Is there a specific name for this thing or for these? I just call them the sail. And this is pretty cool. Because someone asked, how did you get that in there? I want to make sure it's going to be in the camera here. without putting my head in the middle of it. And we're going to try to line that up as good as we can. And just like that. I must have stamped off on this one on the sample, but I don't mind that either. That looks kind of pretty. So what I was basically doing when I picked the colors of the ink, I pulled the colors out of the Designer Series paper. Okie dokie. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the cloud with some multi-purpose liquid glue. And then we're going to attach the sailboat with some dimensionals. You know, I'm looking, and it's very distracting. I'm looking on my screen, and it looks like it's not pixelated, but like, I don't know, weird. If you guys are getting that, let me know. Not like I can do anything about it, but that is really bizarre. I wonder if I need to reboot my router or something. It's goofy. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm just going to stick this right onto this little flap. Like so. Kind of center it-ish. And I was going to put a sentiment on the front, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted. I almost was going to do ahoy. But on the inside, I know, don't fall over. Dawn's going to stamp on the inside of the card. I would thought that I would use this sentiment that says, "You're destined for great things." So I'm going to use Secret C. Excuse me, Secret C. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. It would help if I had the stamp right side up. But believe me, I can't tell you how many times I've done a boo-boo like that before. Upside down, right? Okay, and there we go. Perfect. So that is today's, it's called a 4-panel fun fold. Woohoo! Hello, Evelyn. Happy Sunday crafternoon. So again, that's just a really, really easy fun fold. Cutting, again, your paper at 8.5 by 5.5, score at 1 1/4 and 5 1/2. And there we are. Is your cloud cover okay? Is that what you're referring to? I'm sorry. I kind of was into my fold and I forgot to look on the screen. Oh, no worries. Or are you referring to the live? Because for me, it looks like it's, I don't even know how to explain it. But anyway, no worries. But anyway, that's the fun fold for today. Woohoo! Dawn did a fun fold. Mark it on your calendar. Okay, now the rest of the cards, I guess I'm going to say, also clean and simple, but cute. So this is the Everyday Skies Designer Series paper that we're using. And again, I did all the die cutting and all that stuff ahead of time. And let's see here. The piece of the, I need my cheat sheet. I'm lost without it. Oh my gosh, to the live. Okay, thanks guys. Oh Lordy, I must still have my head in the clouds today. I don't know. This is Petal Pink, and it's cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And then we have our basic white piece inside, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and put it in its place and get it right out of our way. And then this is the Everyday Skies Designer Series paper. Isn't that pretty? Like, it just, I don't know. And this is the other side, which is also very pretty. Like little brush strokes. This is cut at 3 by 5 1/2. And we're going to go ahead and attach this to the front. Centering it-ish. And then I have a piece of azure. Oh, thanks, Kristen. Of azure blue. I don't know. Depends on if you're French, English, who knows. But this is cut at 3 by 1 1/4 inches. And what I'm going to do with this, let's see here. I'm going to get this stamp right here. It looks like water. And grab the Azure Blue ink pad. So it's tone on tone. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to try to attempt to make this look like water. And I'm going to rotate my stamp just like that. Easy peasy. By the way, today I did not forget my stamp cleaner. Last week, I was a hot mess not having that. It was buried and stuff on my table. Oops, and I also need that. Again, wasn't paying attention. And we're going to use the Happy Retirement Sentiment. This one right here. And this piece of white is cut at 3/4, 2.5 by 3/4. And we're gonna stamp that like so. Boop. Clean this off before I get blue ink on me. Okay. And then the other thing that we need to do is, I'm thinking I used pumpkin pie. Yeah, pumpkin pie. So I stamped it in peach pie. And I'm going to use pumpkin pie for the little sail thingamabobby. This thing. Oh, goodness sakes. So we're going to decorate the sails. Hopefully I have it where it needs to be. Well, you know, it's handmade. Again, I just was so afraid of putting my head into the camera. And then we're going to go ahead and put this together. So this is a really super simple retirement card, or you can make it into a birthday card. Yeah, thinking of you, whatever you like. We're just going to attach this to the bottom. Like so. And then I'm going to attach the sailboat and the sentiment with dimensionals. Surprise, surprise. So here's for the sentiment. And then for the sailboat. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. Peel these off. Sailboat's going along on the water. Isn't this like the perfect paper for the background? And there is card number 2. Easy, easy peasy. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's see here. We'll do this one next. This is Cloud Cover, one of my favorites. I really, 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 have I said that I really like Cloud Cover? Okay, so I've cut my piece of Cloud Cover at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then I have my liner, which is basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. Whoops. And go ahead and attach that. Get that right out of the way. And then we're going to use Secret C. And we're going to stamp the water. Let's see. Where did that go? It's amazing to me that I can lose something in 5 seconds on my table. Seriously. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and... What's nice is this is wide enough for a 4 1/4 width, yeah, of your card. So anyway, I kind of want to start it about in here-ish. Oh, I just got my finger in that. Can you believe it? Okay. hold the foam, because if we don't clean that up, it's going to be all over the place. There we go. Okay, better. Onward. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the stamp up and down just for something different, I guess. I don't think you have to, but I don't know. I just thought I would try it. Ta-da! Insta water. And then for the sailboat thingy, actually I already stamped one, but I did cut another, so I can't cheat. I don't know what I was thinking. I was in La La Land. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to stamp all that stuff. We're supposed to show that while we're stamping together. I'm going to use Real Red. So we're going to take this sailboat, put them aside. I guess if this doesn't turn out, then I'll use that one. There we go. That's my new rule. And we're going to stamp this in Real Red. And again, try to line it up. That's not too bad. That's what really makes the sailboat pop, isn't it? I really like it. And this way you can do so many, I mean, it's endless as far as the color of sailboat that you want. Oh, and the other thing I need, I need to pay attention. Pay attention, Dawn. Real Red again. And I need Best Wishes. And this is a strip that is 1/2 inch by, what is it here? Actually, no, I'm sorry. 3/4 by 2.5 on this basic white piece. There we go. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is basically just cut that sentiment down and then attach it to the card. But first, let's do this. Let's figure out where our sailboat's going to go. And then I've cut out 2 small and 1 large cloud. So I'm thinking 1 here, 1 here. That really makes the whole thing pop, doesn't it, as far as making it into a scene. And then this one will go here. All right, so we're going to put the sailboat on, of course, with dimensionals. Like so. Perfect. And then these I'm going to put on flat. These 2 clouds, maybe. I accidentally glued that down with the dimensional. That's kind of funny. I don't think I could do that twice if my life depended on it. So 1 there. And 1 there. And then again, this one with dimensionals. So what are you guys up to for Mother's Day? I hope something fun, or at least not having to cook a meal and being catered to somewhat. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take my snips. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You could do this on your paper trimmer if you want to. I'm too lazy. And then, of course, we're going to attach these 2 parts of the sentiment with dimensionals. All right. I'm running out of dimensionals. Say it isn't so. Okay, there we are. And then attach Best and Wishes. Whoop. All right, there we go. Card number 3. And we have 1 more. this one here. And again, this is more of the Everyday Skies Designer Series paper that I'm using. I just love this brush stroke look. This is the back side of it, which would also be kind of pretty, but I thought it was almost too distracting for what I wanted to do. So, give you guys some measurements and such here. This is Azure, I don't even know. Who knows? But that beautiful blue in the Brights collection, and is cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then we have our liner for inside the card, basic white, cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And using my multi-purpose liquid glue, going ahead, stamping that down. Okay, as far as measurements here, the Everyday Skies Designer Series paper, I'm looking on the wrong piece. I almost gave you guys the wrong measurements. Oh no. Okay, let's see here. The Real Red, this piece here, is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. The Everyday Skies Designer Series paper is cut at 3.5 by 4 3/4. We're going to go ahead and layer these together. Just like so. Actually, I could have stamped this before, but all good. All good. So I'm going to grab the Azure Blue, and we're going to grab our little wavy guy. And let's see here. I got an itchy nose. I remember my grandma used to say if your nose itches because you're going to kiss a fool. So silly. And I believed it. Oh my goodness. So we're just making water, stamping right onto the Designer Series paper, which is kind of fun. I don't do this often enough. There we go. The only issue is now you see the stamping on the edge of the red, but you know what? It's okay. That's what happens when I get talking too much and I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Whoops. I have my circle fly away. Okay. I've already gone ahead and stamped this because I know that by now you guys get the idea. When I did stamp this and then stamp the inside, I didn't run this one through the hybrid embossing folder, so it's more of a, it's flat, but it's still cute. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and attach this with dimensionals onto the card. And then I have my clouds as well, and I put them on flat to the card, no dimensionals. Shocker! All right, so we're going to put this right about there. And our big cloud will go towards the top. This is why I didn't press that down quite yet. And then our little cloud is going to go off to the left. He's going to hang over a little bit because it'll hang over onto the card base itself. And then this is from the Stylish Shapes. And we're going to take that sentiment that we used on the first card, You're Destined for Great Things. And I'm going to stamp that onto the circle in Real Red. And by the way, the sailboat, I forgot to tell you, is stamped in Azure Blue and Real Red. Ooh, I pressed down on that a little too much. Some of my ink pads are just really, really, really inky. You just need to tappy tap. You don't need to give it CPR. That's what I'm always telling my ladies that come to stamp. Alrighty. So I'm going to let that dry for just a second. Clean this off. And then we're going to attach that with, of course, dimensionals. All right, there we go. Okay, we're going to put that like so. Bring our card base back in, and I think we're going to attach the card base with dimensionals as well. Need to use up all my crust here. Yeah, I'm a little overboard, but that's okay. They make more, right? Okay. I can't believe it. We got through all 4 cards pretty quick. I think I talked longer than we got through the stamping. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so that is card number 4. I also have an additional card. This one was cased by Amy Kay. And I wanted to show you guys this one because I love it. Again, it's very simple. This is using the, I'm trying to think of the name of them. Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh shoot, I didn't write it down. But it's not Stylish Shapes. It is, I think, Spotlight on Nature, I think. Anyway, another set of circle dies, and then stamping in Secret Sea for the seagulls, and also the sentiment. And this is Darling Duckling, which is, excuse me, a new ink color, along with Timid Tiger. And this is, of course, Cloud Cover. I didn't have my Cloud Cover ink pad at the time. So what I did in its place is Lost Lagoon. So Lost Lagoon plays pretty well with Cloud Cover as well, if you want to give that a try, or even stamping off the Lost Lagoon and then putting it on top of the Cloud Cover. It's a pretty good match considering it's not perfect. But again, it's a beautiful, simple-ish card, but I just love it. I absolutely love it. So anyway, let's bring back all 4 cards. I don't know which one you guys like the best. I kind of dig them all. They're all kind of fun. And then we have this one. Oops, I'm going to move this over here. So we're going to move these here. There we go. Once again, just to remind you that if you are not part of the Stampin' Up! Family already, we have that starter kit special going on. $99. You can choose $165 of product and get free shipping and a free paper pumpkin kit and all the things. Woo! And get a free tutorial, which is about a $30 value from me as well for May. And it features, I forgot to tell you what it features. The, woo. Oh my gosh. My memory is short. Impressions of Bloom. Impressions of Bloom. So if you are loving that collection, that's only available online. Make sure to grab that up or I'll send it to you when you purchase the kit. You can also earn the tutorial if you place a $75 minimum order with me at my online store, and I'll just automatically send it to you in your email. They're a lot of fun. Next month is going to be Notes in Totes, so you'll want to make sure to collect that one. And then into July, we have Boho Vibes. So some really fun things on the way for an offering. All right, guys, I appreciate you so much. Thank you again for being here. Thank you again to everybody who stopped by Starbucks on Friday, who were part of my BOGO event on Saturday. Those who attended my catalog kickoff that was last Thursday, I have to say, I'm kind of tired today. It's been a whirlwind week. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm excited to be with you next Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern time. And again, I will have another fun